Farzi Cafe has always been a brand that I wanted to work on a very long time ago. This whole love for cutting edge molecular or post-molecular food started in 2006 when I went for my first meal at El Bulli in Spain. At that time it was the world's #1 restaurant, very hard to get into. And from that very meal on, I think it was in August of 2006, I realized that the future of food, for at least Indian food, has to be innovation. The way they had made that meal, it kind of completely changed the way I thought about food. And I thought using cutting edge modern techniques for Indian food can also help elevate it to a pedestal at the top of the world. And to take Indian food, which is already delicious and loved, but has a perception problem, you have to remarket it, rejig it, you have to package it beautifully. And that's what Farzi Cafe does essentially. What it does is it takes really robust, authentic, really tasty Indian food, but packages it better. It makes it more hip, a little bit more colorful, a little bit more playful, introduces some really cutting edge stuff, makes it more global in its look and its perspective, but also it opens up the flavor profiles to a more global palette. Menu design is actually, you're right, it is a science, and it is actually the most important part of building a restaurant. A restaurant is almost immediately identifiable by what it puts on its, those pieces of paper. And the Farzi menu for London is remarkably different from the rest of the world. I would say about 80% of the menu is brand new. 20% of the signature dishes obviously remain. But the sheer plethora of ingredients, the sheer quality of ingredients that London enables you to have helped us change the menu and make it even better. In fact, I think that the UK menu for Farzi Cafe is the finest in the system. And we have access to great ingredients, we have a patronage that appreciates even the very experimental foods. So things like snails, which you never find in an Indian restaurant, we can sell here very easily. We got a lot of very high quality meats, very high quality vegetables, fruits that we have access to. So naturally, as our chefs are so innovative, and they're like painters, they're like artists, right? You give them a nice canvas and a good set of colors and a good palette, they will be able to paint a beautiful picture. And the ingredients are the paint, and the canvas is, well, the menu. So in a sense, they've been able to utilize the incredible plethora of ingredients available to create this menu, which I think is literally at the forefront of modern Indian food. The only way to do it is never sleep. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. That's not true at all. I think the way to do it is entirely based on the kind of team that you have. You have to learn to delegate. Well, first thing you've got to do is get the best people. Because if you have the best people working with you, you will never really have to work that hard. Because the right people in the right positions will do their job diligently, and as a result, your vision will be realized. So first thing is get the right people. Spend most of your time selecting the right people and then inculcating into them your vision and your culture. And if they're a good fit for you, they will imbibe that culture and that thought process, and then they'll execute it. So a lot of my time goes in selecting the right people because they are the front line. They're the soldiers, so to speak. I'm at the back just strategizing, but the real people who are doing all the effort and the ones that deserve all the credit is actually the wonderful team. So we're lucky to have some really passionate people that have been working with us for several years, that really understand the culture, that truly believe in the brand, that are passionate about Indian food in general, and those are the people that are taking the company forward. So all these 30 restaurants spread across 6 countries are only manageable by making sure that the right people with the right intent are in the right jobs.